Natalie Reiser here with a breaking news report and interview with New Jersey State Senator Raymond Lesniak. Senator, thanks for joining us again.
Well, I'm nice to be here. I'm actually in Bordeaux, about to sit down for dinner, but I want to make time for you and your listeners to talk about a big victory for the state of New Jersey for sports betting today.
Fantastic. We appreciate you coming on the line here. Now, New Jersey will get another opportunity to have their day in court on legal sports betting, thanks to an appeal court vote earlier today to consider an August ruling against the state. Why do you think this time will be any different?
Well, first of all, they vacated the decision against us, and we already had two judges who have ruled on our side, and it's a good signal for the entire bench to rehear a case and vacate the previous decision. So we believe that now the odds are in our favor, that they will uphold my legislation, and we're hoping that we can start sports betting for the Super Bowl, if not March Madness, which is a big betting event that goes on for weeks in the United States. And that will be a big boost for tourism in Atlantic City, and also to help our racetracks where my legislation allows sports betting to take place.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Now, I understand a date has not yet been set. Any idea when we can expect the new hearing to take place?
No, we have no idea, but there's no reason for the court to give either parties, or any of the parties, a long period of time to prepare briefs, because the briefs have already been submitted. They just have to change the covers on it. There aren't any new arguments to be made. So there's no reason for an extended period of time for briefs and replies and then reply briefs. I'm hoping that it'll be a short period of time for briefs to be submitted, oral argument to be made, and for the decision to be rendered.
Mm-hmm. Now, fantasy sports gambling is all over TV commercials during football games in the United States, and there's a scandal brewing over alleged insider trading. Can this make a good argument in court against the sports leagues who demonize traditional betting but have no issue with real money fantasy gambling?
Well, the sports leagues have taken the position that fantasy sports is not sports betting. It's a distinction without a difference. I think, although not directly involved in the case, that's a subliminal message to the judges that the party is over for the NFL and the sports leagues, and that the states should be able, as New Jersey, as we are trying to do, to have sports betting on their own.
Mm-hmm. And what's your take on the argument that straight-up betting might lead to instances of, say, game fixing by players? Does that argument hold any water with you?
Actually, it holds less water than currently is the case, because all the betting outside of Las Vegas is either through organized crime sports betting rings, offshore internet sites that we have no regulation over. There's no way to exchange information about unusual betting patterns, and that's how you discover and uncover any fixing. So legalized sports betting would actually make the games more reliable and shore up the integrity of the games, as opposed to what goes on now, where so much of the betting is on the ground.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And as far as the standing of PAPSA, the Professional Amateur Sports Protection Act, how about the fact that federal banned marijuana is legal in a few states? Is that winning? Is that a winning argument?
Not really. The court said that by New Jersey, that PAPSA does not forbid the state from not regulating sports betting, as long as the state doesn't authorize sports betting, which we did not do. My legislation just says casinos and racetracks, if you want sports betting, go ahead. It's all in your hands. You'll take care of it. So it's really not the same argument, although it certainly seems like similar. But in this case, the way PAPSA was written, PAPSA says no state can authorize sports betting. My legislation does not authorize sports betting. It just doesn't prohibit sports betting at Atlantic City or in our casino or in our racetracks.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Now, Governor Christie is in the middle of trying to win the Republican nomination. Do you happen to know if sports betting is still on his radar, or if his position may have changed at all? The
governor's actually been with me most of the way once the referendum passed overwhelmingly in New Jersey. So the governor's been with us all the way. He's pursued this. So I wouldn't expect him to change his position. There's nothing he can do about it now. It would be too late. So I would expect him to continue to stand with us. But we have other plaintiffs as well. So it would be quite hypocritical for the governor to change his position now. So I wouldn't expect him to.
Okay. Now, you have been on record in the past about taking casinos to task over poor marketing execution with respect to online poker and casino gambling. Does legal sports betting sell itself, or could the immediate economic benefit not be as high as what's been forecasted?
Well, not surprisingly, the casinos in Atlantic City have not enthusiastically embraced my effort to legalize sports betting. Don't forget, they have their own interest in Las Vegas to protect as well. So they have not stood up for Atlantic City as they should. But once this is legal and the standalone casinos in Atlantic City, like resorts or Trump, which don't have licenses out of the state, once they start sports betting, everyone else will follow suit. That's for sure. And I'm expecting and hoping that this could even breathe life back into Revel and Showboat, and maybe reopen those casinos. That's how important sports betting could be for the economy of Atlantic City.
Fantastic. Well, that wraps up our interview here with Senator Raymond Lesniak. Thanks for being here, and we look forward to legal sports betting in Atlantic City.